Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this amazing starting soon screen that you can see right here. It is based on World of Warcraft. I'm going to show you how to create it, how to edit it inside of Filmora or any other video editing software that you have. It's pretty much the exact same thing, but we're going to walk you through it, show you step by step how to do it. And not only for World of Warcraft, I'm using it because I really enjoy playing World of Warcraft, but you can do it for just about any other game you play as well. But let's jump up here and show you how to get it done from within inside the World of Warcraft, and then we'll go through the steps necessary inside of Filmora to be able to create this starting soon screen for yourself. And not only that, we'll make available several copies for yourself that you can download from the Google Drive, and I'll leave a link for those in the description down below. All right, so let's pop up here and show you exactly what you need to create this starting soon screen for yourself. So the first thing you're going to need to make it look like this or to create this effect is you're going to need to download an add-on called Narcissus. You can get it from CurseForge directly through the app, or you can find it online as well. Just search up Narcissus. All right, so here we are on my user interface. This is created by LVI. We don't want any of this to show whenever we're doing our starting soon screen. And as I said, we need the program called Narcissus. And let me show you exactly how to spell it. And again, you can download it from CurseForge. We'll go to add-ons. You're going to make sure Narcissus is enabled and all the boxes are checked. So achievements, all that. But the main one we're going to be worrying about is photo mode. So icon is there. You're gonna go here, you're gonna tap photo mode, and this is what it looks like when you first click photo mode. You can see your character on the right hand side of the screen, also a close-up shot of your character on the left hand side of the screen. And I'm gonna take a couple of screenshots with this, and to be able to do that, you're gonna see this little movie theater thing. Click it, and it's gonna capture a few screenshots that you can use later in the event that you want to insert your character or use color sources to be able to remove the background and just have your character standing there in a solid position. If you notice looking at the screen, I have a black bar right here at the top, and I've got a black bar down at the bottom. I actually like this because it kind of gives it a movie or a cinematic effect. In the event that you don't want those black bars, you can go ahead and set it to 1080p because that's what I'm going to export this as is 1080p, but it would still have those black bars at the top and bottom. I just think they're really, really cool. So I'm going to leave it on there. In the event, like I said, if you don't want to, just go ahead and set the resolution inside of OBS because we're actually going to be recording the majority of what we're going to be doing for this starting soon screen inside of OBS, and then we're going to copy and paste that video file inside of Filmora or whatever video software, editing software you're going to be using. So since we are recording this inside of OBS, I don't want my camera on here. So let me turn my camera off. And then it's all this other stuff we have on screen as well. I don't want that either. So basically what you're going to be doing is moving your mouse around and those blocks will disappear. You can leave that other character up there as well, but I don't want that either because I want a much cleaner look. So let me go ahead and click. We are going to hide player. And now we're just going to sit here for just a second and allow it to record inside of OBS. And you'll have this as a background or a starting soon screen, whatever you want to use it for. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to do a couple of options with and without the starting screen on there as also. So now that we've recorded about 10 seconds of video for our starting soon screen, we need to save this file. So basically you're just going to stop recording with OBS. You're going to open up Filmora or whatever video editing software that you have, and you're going to copy this inside of your editing software. It's pretty much the same, you know, no matter what editing software you're using. So I prefer Filmora just because I've used it for years and years now. But DaVinci Resolve, Adobe, whatever you're going to be using, pretty much should have the exact same options as well. So the first thing we need to do is get that file that we recorded with OBS inside of our editing software. I'm gonna turn off my camera. That way you can see the full screen of my editing software. So you see exactly what's going on. So let me turn my camera off. Let's go inside Filmora. I'm gonna go ahead and import it. And there is our file. I do not want all of this footage for our starting soon screen because as I was stating, we were recording that inside of OBS. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove a majority of this. I want it to be about 10 seconds. So let me go ahead and remove the sound because I don't want any sound from where I was just talking. In the event that you want to add some music to it, you know, find some good copyright free music, go ahead and slap it on your timeline, shorten it up. That way, whenever you're starting soon screen, you know, for your stream or whatever is going on, you got a little bit of background, know what's going on. I would, you know, kind of suggest maybe using something like World of Warcraft. If you're not using World of Warcraft or another game you're creating, a starting soon screen with, you can get the sound from that game as well. But right now it's currently at about 20 seconds. We want it shorter than this, about 10 seconds. So that file is not extremely big, and it doesn't take up many resources like if you got a low-end computer or if your internet's not very good, because the more, heavily, videos you've got inside of OBS, it's going to take a little bit more processing power. All right, I do not want it right now. It's still about 20, so let's go ahead and cut it down to about 10 seconds. Right, there's a little bit better. About 8 seconds is what it is. So this is what it currently looks like whenever we, hit the play button. And as it plays through, we've got our character kind of swaying a little bit. Narcissus allows you to, do different animations. But I just like that simple, kind of easy going and just kind of laid back, kind of casual as my character standing there. So now that we've got our file edited down to the lengths that we want, we need to create a mask around our character. That way she stands out and the background is blurred. So the first thing we need to do in this case right here, we need to go to our mask option. I'm going to draw mask. And I'm going to create a mask around her kind of loosely. That way as she sways back and forth, it doesn't blur her out. But we're going to use it right here. We're going to go ahead and click here. There. 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 And just keep creating your mask. Right there. And we don't have to really worry about it too much. And now she's inside of our mask. So now that we've got the mask created, we're going to go through here. And this is what she looks like as she moves. So the thing I want to do is go back to basic. Background blur is on. So if I turn it off, you'll notice it's just her standing there. And she kind of like sways back and forth and there's no background whatsoever. So let me turn the background back on. And we can adjust the blur however we want to. If we want 40%, 60%, however high we want it. But for me personally, I like it about 20% because it leaves her a little bit sticking out, but also the background is blurred as well. Let me go back to mask real quick. And we can extend this out as far as we want to. Yeah, as you can see, it goes out there. We can bring it in as far as we want. I want it a little bit closer. Right there, let's see what she looks like. The background is now blurred behind her. A little bit better. We've changed the adjustment. And I actually like this. I like the way it looks. I like the way, she stands out. And the background's blurred. You can still kind of see that she's actually got, a background going on behind her. So the blur strength is not too much. So now that we've got our mask done and we've got her standing out, we need to create a title or a starting soon screen for her, or a starting soon text. So let's go to titles. Let's see what they got in the way of cinematic. Type in cinematic. In the event that your editing software does not have built-in, titles and transitions, you can actually create this inside of OBS as well. I actually like the way that one looks pretty good, so go ahead and drop that on my timeline. There's that. I don't want to do all of this text, so I need to go through here. Let me get rid of this. But what you can do in the event that you like something like this, you can put in your social media information, Twitch, whatever you're streaming from. If you're streaming on YouTube, put your YouTube, whatever. But anyway, let's get rid of this. Title. I'm going to go Senior Gamer 76 because that is my Twitch. I don't really like the font because it's not really very easy to read. So let me change the font style. So let's go back to text. Add layer 2. Favorite text. YouTube. All right, let's do that. I need to shrink it down a little bit more. I want to drag that right there from now. Trying to eyeball a little bit. There's that. And that's what it looks like there. Still too big because it covers her up. Let me shrink it down a little bit more. All right, so we want this to say starting soon. So let's get rid of cinematic. Turn on this, starting soon. That looks pretty good. And the bottom part is still too big. So right there. So let me grab it real quick. Drag that down. Drag this down, so starting soon. I need to shrink this just a little bit. Still a little bit too big. Anyway, shrink it a little bit more. There's that. Shrink down to Gamer 76. As you can tell, my mouse skills are not very good. So that's what it looks like there. So let's hit play. Goes away. And I want it to continue for the entire time, so starting soon, boom, boom. So let me stretch this just a little bit. There we go, matches up with our link of our video. So there's that. Starting soon, Gamer 76. And if you have it on loop inside of OBS, this is what you'll be getting starting soon for about 10 seconds, and it's going to stop. And then it'll start over once again, Gamer 76. And that is just how simple it is to create a starting soon screen for your streams. In the event that you don't want this text, don't include the text, and you can add it inside of OBS. If you don't want to do, you don't like your options that you have inside of your editing software, or in the event that you want to use this for your desktop wallpaper, using something like Wallpaper Engine or Lively Wallpaper from the Microsoft Store, both of those are really good options, and you just want to have your character on your desktop or your computer. But yeah, just leave this text off. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and export this. So we exported that file, and these are the 3 that I've created for you to download. Again, there will be a link in the description for a Google Drive file. All you got to do is click on it, download it, and you can use any one of these 3 for your own personal use. And there we go. That is how easy it is to create a simple starting soon screen for your OBS, for your live streams, or a desktop wallpaper that you can use for your computer. But anyway, that is just how simple it is to create a really nice starting soon screen based around World of Warcraft. You don't have to use World of Warcraft, but I will leave a link down in the description for a Google Drive file that will include several variations with starting soon, with and without the text, that we can personalize it for your own streams. In the event that you don't stream and you just want it for your desktop wallpaper using Wallpaper Engine or Lively Wallpaper as well, you can add those to your desktop. Anyway, let me know, do you enjoy this kind of content? If you do, we'll make some more around it. But until next time, as always, much love, and we'll see you in the next one.